Right, speaking of what goes on, we are about to get into this game. Guys, please take it away.
Well, we've got Dnation shooting from right to left, and we have Lutti shooting from left to right. And which way do you see this one going? I mean, for me, it's you've got to look at Lutti. He's surely going to be the guy to win this one.
On paper, I think that's the way I'd take it. But I mean, Dnation, in his final for the Portuguese qualifying event, he managed to beat a previous European champion 7-0. So
he's nearly having a chance. Actually, Dnation did have shot with Suarez inside the box. There's now going to be an opportunity for Lutti to break this one out on ball with Rakitic. He's going to pass it out to Jordi Alba down the left-hand side. Does have Neymar on support. He's going to run this one forward. A lot of pressure being put on here as well, but really good interception by Alex Vidal.
Pass through Neymar. That's the second time we've seen that ball at least today. Both times it's not paid off. So a little bit of flair, not kind of what we need.
Oh, we love a little bit of it though. That's nearly a good ball through to Messi though. Does get intercepted. Busquets on it currently to Jordi Alba. And back out to Neymar. The attacks seem to go through him every single time. Suarez does put a lovely ball through for Iniesta. Good interception though. Really just about surviving that.
I mean, that was quite interesting. Usually, I mean, I've mentioned it a couple of times already, the fullbacks are an area where you would look to exploit weaknesses if you're playing against Barcelona. But then, I think he probably second-guessed it. He kind of expected the cover on the fullback and played a through ball through the middle. Almost like that, but first one's going to say, mixing up of the attack.
Well, the pressure was on there from Dnation, but it's going to be Lutti's turn to push this one out. Taking his time, building slowly, going to put this one out to the wing. It's going to be Jordi Alba. He does have a couple of men in the box as well. The ball is going to go in. Is it going to be able to get over to Iniesta? Not quite going to be able to convert that one. I do believe yes, that is going to be a goal kick. So, change of formation already for one of these two teams. Something we haven't seen so much this weekend so far. We've seen changes come in maybe around the 60, 70 minute mark, but nothing much changing so far this early in the game.
It'll be interesting to see how that shapes up. Has he seen a weakness? Is it in his own play? Is it in the way his opposition's shaped up? It's kind of good to see how those tweaks go as the game gets back underway.
With Rakitic in the middle, spreads it out to Vidal.
Oh, nice little bit of flair.
He's trying it. He is trying, but unfortunately not really succeeding with it so far. But keeping hold of the ball here is Dnation. Push down the right-hand side, and that's going to be a throw into him, and keeping that pressure on. Pretty even game so far at the 20-minute mark here, Graham.
Nice little circle on the line there. Just trying to work a pass through rather than forcing it, and that's the kind of thing. If you've got the ball, don't pressure, keep hold of it, make your shape, make a play, and then go from there.
Just keeping hold of the ball here. Dnation want to play the possession game, doesn't want to give his experienced opponent so much of the ball, show us what he can do with it himself, but he is going to get a chance now. Neymar on the ball is going to spread this one through. It is going to be Messi. He does have a couple of players to beat. That's a nice ball out to Suarez. He isn't going to quite make it there, and that's going to get cleared away. So Dnation defending that well in a very evenly matched game so far. The attack is going to come here from Dnation though, pushing this out wide.
It's rare to see Lutti being bossed so much when it comes to possession of the ball. He likes to play exactly the way that Dnation's playing against him right here. So it's interesting to see that he's having to counter that himself.
And the ball is going to go in. Piqué is there to defend it though. Messi, the sort of yards. You don't have a shot from there. Don't give him too much space. Rakitic out on the right. Ball gets put in. Not good enough though. Piqué is going to clear that one away. Now Suarez trying to do something with it. Does have Iniesta in hand as well. Back out to Busquets though. Now to Neymar.
Lots of space here.
It's a good thing across. That should just about go away, and it is going to. And that's going to be a goal kick to Lutti.
And we've seen already how much stamina can impact on a match. There's a lot of movement here from Dnation's guys, and Lutti is holding back. Maybe that's his game. Maybe
experienced head again.
Take the game as it comes to that crucial later stages in the match.
Yeah, well, we just want to get a bit more control here. It's been mostly over towards Dnation. He has had most of the ball. And Lutti quite happy to sit back here with it at this moment in time. He knows that he just needs to bide his time. If he can get a chance, he can possibly take it. Just building from the back slowly to Busquets. And back to Iniesta, because this will be the start of the attack. Not quite back to Matthew. Just go to Rakitic in the middle. Nice little one-touch play in the middle here. This is beautiful work by Lutti. Just playing it very, very fast. On board now with Messi. He's going to put it out to the right-hand side. Suarez with Nelly, and a great opportunity, but Piqué does intercept very, very well.
And you mentioned that experienced head. Look at the way that he went from that slow passing across the back to quick one-touch passing. Within a couple of seconds, he'd gone from defending to shot on goal.
And Dnation seems a bit more direct, but there's another opportunity for Lutti. Not going to quite come off there. And that is still going to be a throw-in, keeping that pressure on that he has built up. Yes, they're just about going to keep a hold of that ball. Spreads it back to Jordi Alba. And playing it slowly again. We're just seeing this. He takes his time, waits for his opportunity, and then he strikes very, very fast. So let's see if he can continue that fashion as well. Out Iniesta, it's a great ball. The ball's going to go in. Suarez is there, and not going to quite be able to get that one on target. Put wide to the right-hand side of the post. But knocking on the door is now Lutti.
I can see it's hugely infuriating when you play against a guy like Lutti. I mean, the way that he actually stood still with the ball on the pitch and waited for Dnation to make his move. Not very many players play like that. Lutti does that, and usually it works to his advantage. Nice little bit of flair there on the wing.
You see, Dnation's been trying that, but it doesn't seem to be working out for him very, very well. But that ball may just be a little bit too fast for Suarez. It is going to be Iniesta. He's going to have the shot from range. It's going to go in. He went for it, and he just about gets away with it. Lutti is going to make that 1-0. And why is he skipping the replay? Fantastic finish from there from Iniesta.
Pez etiquette, you don't watch the replays, you just crack on. But that should have been watched again. Definitely goal of the tournament so far.
Yeah, it was well set up, but this could possibly be a chance for Dnation to try and bring this one back. Neymar is in the middle. Is he going to go for the shot with Rakitic from there? Just about skimming the post.
At the end of that half, game's alive.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it just seems to have been very, very close. Both players are sort of just taking their chances, building slowly, and it just, as you said, explodes into life as we get a lovely look over the new camp. We got a pretty nice look from this position, actually. I mean, you know, I've been commentating over games for about 7 years, and I don't think I ever would have made it here, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's a great backdrop, a great setting to have these two teams, all these guys come up against each other.
I mean, from the players' perspective as well. I mean, we've mentioned it kind of briefly already. Just from playing a few games of Pez, I mean,
crazy, isn't it?
Living room to being in this place.
I mean, the two Spanish guys previously were just playing, and Gerard Piqué was there in the crowd, just like, oh yeah, boys.
A few selfies with him afterwards, and
you know, it's typical that the Barcelona defender turns up in the middle of the game I'm commentating. You know, so you're just free roaming down there. It's like you almost organised it yourself, but the ball does go in from Dnation.
Speaking of the Barcelona defender, he looked like he was about to clatter that one, but ended up on the floor himself.
That's not a bad ball. Messi's lingering in the back post, but this is going to go once again out to Vidal. Now to Rakitic, we know he can put a ball in. It does get put in, but once again, Piqué is there. But the pressure coming in, and it is Dnation at this moment in time. The ball's swinging in. Is that going to be able to be met by Suarez? Yes, it is, and that is he going to be offside, or is, yeah, that goal is going to count 1-1 now. I wasn't sure if it was going for an offside replay there, but Dnation gets one back, and realistically, I don't think he's not really looked like scoring. He's had plenty of possession and plenty to do, but not really got himself in any position to score, and he's going to match Lutti here, and that is going to make it 1-1.
It seemed like, I mean, Lutti was weighing him up, getting the feel of how he plays, and then obviously at the end of the first half, a little bit of fortune to get the rebound from the keeper for that long-range strike. But like you say, before that, Dnation seemed to be only getting the freedom to play just so Lutti can size him up. He's done that, but obviously, has he returned the favour now? He's obviously got one back, so it's getting interesting as Lutti slows things down again at the back.
Yeah, playing very, very slow. Just taking his time. Yeah, it just seems as if he's waiting for the players to be in the right position to pounce again. We've seen it before around the 30-minute mark. He's just sitting around, waiting and waiting. And this one's going to be spread out wide now to Umtiti. He's going to push down this right-hand side. And is he going to make the move now? Yes, he is. On to Messi. Back to Rakitic. Lovely little flick work here in the middle. Back out to Messi. Is he going to be able to do anything from this position? Does decide to send it out wide, but that ball in is absolutely sensational. Neymar just about not going to make that one in there because the keeper is there, and eventually Piqué at the third bite of the cherry does get that one away. But really good work by Lutti here to try and build that pressure, to try and get another goal on the board. And really, these players do need wins here. Iniesta, though, does move that out to Messi. Back to Iniesta. Is he going to go for the shot? No, he's going to go for the chip into Messi, which is sensational. And he's not going to be able to actually clean that one up. The touch was good, but not able to get there. The goalkeeper puts him off just enough. And with 65 minutes gone, we are still all square.
I mean, you mentioned looking to find the perfect pass, and it's very systematic the way that Lutti will pass the ball backwards and forwards, and he's interrupting me there.
No, just roll with them, man. if they got possession when you're talking, go ahead. But
it's amazing the way that he pulls his opponent out of the way. So Dnation has been dragged out of position before Lutti makes a break, and he gets another chance here.
He's trying to make the decision what he wants to do with this corner. It is going to be swung in. Piqué is there to meet it, and Piqué is there to make it 2-1 to the former champion Lutti, now in the driving seat with only around 20 minutes to go. And it's all to do for Dnation now, but that ball out to Neymar very, very quick.
Well, let's hope the Barcelona defender still sat in the crowd, because he'd have loved to have seen that moment.
Well, on ball with Vidal, right hand side. Ball is not going to make its way in. It's going to make its way out for a corner. Pressure now on. Dnation has already scored the one. Can he get a second here as well?
The key thing to remember is both these guys have lost this game, so this is crucial. Lose and you're going home.
Yeah, just judging where I should precisely put this ball into the box. It's going to be floated in there now as well. Is it going to be Suarez to meet it? Not quite good defending, and it's going to go for another corner. Oh, no, it's not actually. It's going to go for a goal kick. Ter Stegen take this one, and Lutti will be glad of the opportunity to play with this ball again.
Just take some time, pass it across the back, bring him out, tire out the strikers.
I mean, for me now, what do you see? What does D-Nation have to do here differently? I mean, apart from score.
Score more. That's what he has to do. No, at this point, it's asking the unthinkable. It's getting the ball back off of Lutti, but every time Lutti plays the ball back across his defence, it looks shaky, it looks nervous when it comes to Ter Stegen, but he knows what he's doing. He's tiring out Messi, Suarez, Neymar, so when D-Nation does get a break, he doesn't have anything in the tank to attack. And then Lutti gets the ball, passes forwards, and hopes to hit him on the counter. And it seems to be working that way. So maybe it's a case of 75 minutes in, we need some energy, fresh legs. Obviously, there's a bit of a damage when you take your best strikers off, but you'll have to.
Yeah, it could be worth it, of course, to get those fresh legs on. But Suarez is going to be on a break here. That's a good challenge in the centre. Looked good anyway, but not going to work out. So free kick here for Lutti's side now, who are 2-1 to the good. Could they extend that lead now? See, not many players pushing forward, so playing pretty defensive.
See the mind games with the switching to player control versus am I going to have a shot across it in? It's pure mind games. Is he going to drag a player out?
Yes, he is. Neymar's going to get the ball on the left-hand side. That's a delicious ball in. Not going to quite be enough. Iniesta, is he going to be able to win that against Neymar? No, he is not. Ball is pushed out now to Iniesta. Back to Jordi Alba. Is this going to be the opportunity to counter-attack? Saying that lots of players sitting back here for Lutti. He knows he needs to win this game, playing this one defensively.
Wonderful
the
ball.
ball's out to Jordi Alba, and that's a great interception there by just about going to get a hold of the ball.
Absolute solid defence. I mean, he needed to make that tackle. And
could this be Lutti's chance to put this game to bed, though? Suarez is going to be on the chase for the ball. Ter Stegen is just about going to make it there. And with 8 minutes to go, it's actually D-Nation on the attack. Great interception there, though. They're just about going to keep a hold of the ball. And Lutti has now got time to keep this one. And with only 5 game time minutes remaining, it's all to do for D-Nation.
He's going to play back out to the wing now? Yeah, I thought so. This must be infuriating at this point in time, knowing you're not chasing.
Even myself playing online, you're just like, oh, you scumbag, give me the ball. But yeah, I mean, they're playing for a lot of money here and playing for a lot of pride as well, and also playing for that trip to Cardiff.
$200,000 in there.
Many dollars. Many dollars.
Many dollars.
2 minutes left now on the clock, but this could be a chance. So the ball's not going to get there. Mathieu is there to just clean things up. And could this be the counter-attack from Lutti now? The answer is yes. Neymar's just about going to get there. Is he going to be able to break away? Yes, he is. Only 3 minutes of extra time remaining. Pushing down this left-hand side.
Yes, smart. There's the experienced head.
You see, I would have just went across that and tried to make it 3-1, but I know you mean that experienced head of Lutti. He's winning this game. There is all but less than a minute of extra time remaining, and he is going to take this one in convincing fashion. Very well played by him. Experienced head, as we said. Once he got that lead, it was always going to be hard for D-Nation, somebody who's not been at these majors before, to come back and win this one. Handshakes all round, and a deserved win from Lutti there.